Recently, I've gotten back into filmmaking. I know I said I was over it, but it turns out I'm not quite finished with it yet. I've been getting back into filmmaking, and I was filming content in the gym. And the weirdest thing happened. I didn't feel awkward recording in the gym. I didn't feel awkward. I didn't feel any resistance to pull back and stop recording. It felt natural to me. It didn't feel like anything. I didn't really care what people thought of me and people seeing the tripod and stuff. I didn't really care, which was really strange. Really, really strange. I remember about April or May of 2024, I remember recording in the gym. I remember recording me lifting, and I had like a way smaller tripod than the one I was using back then. And for some reason back then, I felt like I felt really awkward. I felt a massive resistance to pull back and stop recording. I just felt really out of place. Like everyone was judging me, even when I consciously knew that no one cared. It was really strange. So yeah, feeling not experiencing those emotions that I felt back in 2024. I've never experienced anything like that. The feeling that, yeah, this is just what I do now. This is my job. It occurred to me that what used to be awkward for me, what used to be very nerve-wracking for me, what I used to find a lot of displeasure in doing, has now become the norm for me. It doesn't feel weird anymore. It's occurred to me that what used to be uncomfortable to me is now comfortable to me. And it's like my comfort zone has expanded to fit what was previously uncomfortable, i.e., recording in public, as now a part of my comfort zone. Which is mad when I think about it. It's like neuroplasticity has properly occurred in my brain. For those unaware of what neuroplasticity is, let me just give you a brief example. Neuroplasticity is when something's unfamiliar to you, something's uncomfortable to you, and you don't know it. Let's say you start a new job. I'll give you an example in my case. I've once worked in a shoe shop, and I remember receiving the training for like measuring people's feet sizes and getting what type of shoes to get and stuff. And then on the same day, my employer, my boss, put me straight into the deep end, onto the storefront, selling to people, which was crazy. And I felt really out of place, really, really awkward. But eventually I got the hang of it. That's what neuroplasticity is. It's when there's something you don't know and you learn about it, and you have this big resistance to pull back and not learn about it because you know so little about it. But then through sticking with that feeling, you actually learn about it and it becomes less scary. Neuroplasticity. It's occurred to me that neuroplasticity had occurred with me and recording in public. Because before, I'm telling you, it was like this. It was the scariest thing for me. I used to be so afraid of what random people I never spoke to in my life thought about me. I used to care about those weird looks or side eyes that I get from people. And now it's just like, it's weird. I guess the whole point of this episode or of this ramble is whenever you're pushing yourself out your comfort zone, it's gonna feel really awkward. It's gonna feel really weird. It's gonna feel like you're out of place and you're not meant to be there. And I feel like that's where most people give up. Most people mistake that as a sign that they should pull back because their brain tells them to pull back because that thing is unfamiliar to their brain. But stick with that unfamiliarity. Stick with that resistance to pull back. Stick with that feeling of discomfort. Because eventually, that discomfort is going to become comfort if you stick at it long enough. And it's going to become ingrained in part of you and as a part of your comfort zone in general. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And it's something that I need to remind myself every now and again because something that I definitely forget as well. Yeah. That's today's episode. That's purpose. That's episode number 13. No, 13. I'll see you in the next one. In a bit, I think.